Hi, guys. Welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And if you are a regular listener and or emailer, we love hearing from you. Keep those emails coming in.
Yes.
So before we get going on our real topic,
Okay.
I was talking to someone the other day.
Okay.
And they were telling me that their dog seems to have itchy legs.
Itchy legs.
Yeah, like some type of, I don't know, reaction or allergy or whatever.
Yeah.
And, I didn't see it. So, you can only imagine, what is this? But, when I was listening to this person, I made the suggestion of getting some shampoo.
Right.
We had Kjo.
Yes.
Had mentioned to us a shampoo that's antifungal that her vet had referred her to for G-Dog.
Yes.
And I told this individual about what Kjo had said. And he said, well, our vet recommended this shampoo and we did it once and it worked for a little bit, but then it stopped.
Yeah.
And, he seemed fairly sure on that shampoo. But the thing is sometimes it's not a one shot thing.
Well, and that is true. And, when I think about it, shampoo, okay, I get that it's for allergies for dogs, but think of dandruff shampoo for people.
Right.
You can't use it once and it's going to fix it.
Right.
You have to use it. I mean, maybe not every day. Obviously, with dogs, it's a little bit different because
they need their skin oils.
Right. But, in my mind, of course, you got to redo that. It's a whole bottle of shampoo. You're going to want to use it more.
Yeah, you're going to want to have some frequency to it.
Exactly. Yes.
And I think if you kind of take a look at your lifestyle, whether you're, an apartment dweller kind of person, farm, city, urban, or if you're in the woods a lot, I think that kind of dictates how often you really need to, get your dog soaped up. And not one shampoo is going to work for all dogs.
Right. Every dog's different.
It may take, trying one or two different shampoos before you come upon the one that works. And, it's always best to take your vet's suggestions, but there's many shampoos out there with different components in them.
Exactly.
So that's something to think about too. It may take a couple of different kinds, trying a couple different ones to hit the one that actually is going to be beneficial for your pet, and then looking at your lifestyle.
Right.
As to maybe how often you should be bathing your dog.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to take the oils totally off the dog's skin. That's not healthy either.
Right.
That can cause other sensitivities. But then, when I hear it is a dog's legs, that makes me feel as though they're coming in contact with something that is causing an irritation.
Right.
If it were a food issue, I think it would be all over their body, not just on their legs.
Right, because they're ingesting it. That's going to affect their whole body versus just a specific area. And, I feel like, too, some dogs, depending on how severe the allergies or reaction to, whatever it is, it might take shampoo and something else. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Right. Well, I know Kjo had mentioned to me that when they go to like the lake for the weekend, she always gives G-Dog a bath when they get back. Maybe coming in contact with something around the lake or in the lake, who knows?
Right.
So I think that's when looking at the lifestyle, what is the dog doing during the days, kind of determines how often or when you should bathe them.
Right.
And, I don't really have dogs with allergy issues, but I have been interested in that particular shampoo that she had mentioned to us. I guess I kind of wish I did have a dog that had the itches
Right.
that I could try it on. But they also have the pads that you can, they're little round pads that you can clean ears with, paws with.
Nice.
And I would love to try some of those, but we don't have a good guinea pig for that.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Maybe I'll try the pads in someone's ears. Maybe yours.
Maybe I do have psoriasis.
Do I use antifungal pads in your ears?
I mean, less fungus the better.
Right.
I mean, is it there? I don't know, but there won't be.
Right.
So
exactly.
Sign me up.
Your neighbors are going to see me kneeling on your head out on the porch.
Hold still. I gotta get the girl.
You're grounded. You are grounded.
Yeah, that's when neighbors might not want to be nosy. You know what? Matter of fact, I don't want to know.
What is she doing to her? Anyhow, so our real topic is,
can my dog eat cat food? Well, mine can.
Yes,
they can.
This was something that was, asked of me because an individual had, multiple species animals.
Yes.
And their dog persistently got into the cat food. And they asked me this, and I did refer her to her vet because of this particular person's personality.
Yeah.
And said, you might want to talk to your vet about that. But it is tricky when you have different animals to keep them eating their own stuff.
Well, and especially when, we prefer larger breeds.
Mm-hmm.
So putting it up can also be tricky because we're doing the top of the fridge at a certain point, Well,
I used to have goats.
Yes. Oh, man, if they can get.
And I had diatomaceous earth, a big bag of it. And I walked out one day and Kenny, the goat,
yes,
was walking around with an empty bag from the diatomaceous earth on his head.
They are bug free. Okay.
They had to have been, I don't have goats anymore, but they could get into anything.
You could, honestly, besides a locked car, which even I think if they were determined enough, they probably could
use those horns to pick the lock. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so it's hard keeping animals out of, other animals' food. Goats, chickens, dogs, cats, it's tricky.
Yeah. Well, and that's, cats too. They might try and get to your dog food. I find it hard to believe. I don't think I've seen very many cats try and eat dog food, but
mine do.
Do they?
They come downstairs during the night and they eat Poppy's puppy food.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is that? See, my adult dogs try and get puppy food, but Jojo is not a huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird.
Yeah. It's the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. They just want what they can't have.
Exactly. Yep. You know what? This is not mine. I'm going to have it anyway.
Poppy would like the adult food and everybody loves the puppy food. Yeah. And the cats, whenever I take Poppy outside, I come back in and there's a cat eye spying the food through the cat hole. And it's like, get out of here.
Those girls.
So yeah, I do have problems with my cats getting the dog food.
Yeah.
It's really, I think if it's an occasional thing and they get a kibble of, crunchy kitty food every now and then,
yeah,
it's really not that big a deal.
Right.
I think it's when it's a large amount consumed, that's when you have to be concerned about their well-being.
Right. If your dog gets into some and they've eaten a dish of your cat's food, they're gonna be fine. They might have a little loose stool because it's not what they normally eat. But
for most dogs that really won't cause a problem. But the things you might want to watch for would be upset stomach, can cause And this is if it's eaten in like large quantities or on a regular basis. You need to watch for these things a little bit more, but it can cause chronic kidney disease, vomiting, diarrhea, pancreatitis, obesity, a distended abdomen, or lethargia. I like the word lethargic better
I do too.
because I can't say the other one.
Lethargia. Is that even a real word?
I'm gonna say yeah.
I mean,
but and this kind of leads into my next thought, but it also can cause high levels of meat protein, and that can be hard on the liver.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I actually did not know until I started reading into this is that cats require higher meat-based food.
And I was actually quite surprised about that myself because I didn't know that before now.
Well, I know if I hold a wiener and a carrot up, my dogs are going to eat the wiener.
Exactly. Yeah.
They aren't veggie people or veggie dogs.
Well, Betsy might eat the carrot. I don't know. She's a little different.
So, that kind of surprised me, but cats require a higher amount of meat protein in their diets, where dogs are omnivores.
Yeah.
And they'll eat meat and vegetables, which, like I said, mine won't. I've tried putting vegetables in their food with like raw eggs, some kibble, some veggie, and they eat right around it.
It's interesting because Enzo, he's good on the veggies. Okay. No thanks. Tito, he'll eat most of them. And Betsy, she give me more.
Really?
Yes. When I am cutting veggies up, she absolutely loves broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give her like the stems I cut off. I mean, she'll sit there and wait. And Tito also, Enzo, he only wants it because they're getting it. Because then I'll step on it later, which is really gross.
So he doesn't eat it.
No, he just takes it. So,
well, that's so they don't get it.
It is, yeah.
Well, now, as some listeners who have been listening for a while know, we have been working on a treat recipe that we would like to kind of put into place for people to purchase.
Yes.
And my dogs did not mind, when you were grinding up the veggies and putting in it.
Yep.
They would eat it.
Yeah, they loved it.
They had no problem. They loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously it's not the flavor of it.
Right.
I think it's more the texture of it.
Yeah.
But dogs they kind of need both. So the food is not made in equal amounts on the, ingredients. So that's where the problem is.
Well, and that's the thing, I think some people that, well, they're animals, it'll be fine. Well, no, because there are differences, especially when it's actual cat food and dog food. I mean, they are specifically targeting, that sounds serious, doesn't it? The cats which again, I guess I didn't think about cats being not eating like vegetables, but they don't. I mean,
no,
they absolutely don't.
Well, cats really should not be eating dog food either. Right. Again, I think if it's like an occasional nibble, whatever, but the dog food does not have enough for the cats. It doesn't have the appropriate amount of meat protein, and it also lacks the vitamin A and a couple other amino acids, one of them being taurine.
Yes.
We were discussing how to pronounce that earlier.
Yeah.
But so if you're trying to like just buy one food for your cats and your dogs, I think that's a pretty bad idea.
Someone's going to get sick and end up paying for it. Yep. So that's just not, that's because I had seen, I want to say it was on a show, and there was maybe it was just a commercial, those SAG commercials they show you. But somebody it was a dog, and they had just cat food was cheaper or something like that. They just bought that for him. And of course the dog was super sick and skinny, and, they're like, well, we've been feeding him. And well, all right, well, now the dog's probably doomed because you've, fed it something that causes damage to organs.
I was reading, it was late.
Yeah.
So I didn't read the entire thing. But there was, it was in a chat, and this one individual was saying that their dog would not eat anything but cat food, that they couldn't get it to quit eating it. And the suggestion was to feed canned dog food with a higher chicken content. So when you're looking at the ingredients, you'd want the chicken to be at the top of the ingredient list.
Yeah.
And, I guess, there's so many variables in that statement. My cat won't eat, or dog won't eat anything but cat food. What is it, just sitting out for him? Is that all you're purchasing?
Right.
I mean, why, have you tried different dog foods? I mean, there's so many variables to that it'd be really hard to really answer how to fix that problem. But whoever answered it, obviously was going with the fact that cats have more meaty food.
Right.
So they're suggesting to use a higher, something with more meat to it. I just think, I hesitate to say this because I would never, ever starve a dog. Never.
Well, I feel like we're having the same thought.
But at some point, the dog is going to get hungry and want to eat it.
Exactly. Put down the food they're supposed to have, and they will.
Right.
Eventually, they will eat it, which it does sound a little harsh, but.
Well, and I was actually just telling you this the other night that, I have an older dog. Floki is 8.
Yes.
And he doesn't always want to eat. And if he doesn't eat for one day, I pay attention to it, whatever.
Right.
Okay. Day 2, I'm thinking, oh, yikes, he's not eating. If he doesn't eat in 2 days, then the 3rd day I give him a couple of boiled eggs. And I feel like it stimulates his appetite. And then he actually does seem to eat the kibble.
Yeah.
So I guess if I was having a dog that would not eat anything but cat food, I would totally 100% remove the cat food.
Yeah.
And then I would put kibble down. And if after a couple days I'm concerned they're not really eating, then I would do something to kind of dress that food up. Put a raw egg on it, add some boiled eggs and stir it in, or, something to make it a little bit more enticing.
Right.
And, I think to just say that's all they'll eat is kind of lazy.
Well, it is, and that's the thing. They are animals, so they're not going to let themselves starve.
Right.
If there's an available meal, even if it's not their favorite food, they're probably going to eat it. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like you said, obviously you want to pay attention when they're not eating, but yeah, I would also just totally remove. I mean, if you have cats and your dog, find a different place for that cat food that's far away from wherever your dog is.
Well, I know I keep my cat food upstairs.
Yeah.
My dogs do not roam the main level of my house and the upstairs.
Right.
There's a gate at the bottom of the stairs. So they have to, if they go upstairs, it's with me.
Right.
So the cat food's kept in a tin container, and then I have a dish of cat food on a dresser.
Right.
So, I'm going to notice if they're, up there getting into stuff, which, yes, Elsa does once in a while break the gauntlet.
Yeah. She's a stinker.
She's a little naughty. She also likes cat poop out of the litter box, which is also upstairs. But
I think it's a mom thing. She's just a poop eater.
She's disgusting.
Yes.
Anyhow, there's, there are people who like to just complain, and I have this problem, the dog won't eat the dog food. But sometimes you have to kick yourself in the butt and go into more of a problem-solving frame of mind.
Yeah.
And think about really what you can do to fix it. Because, in my opinion, it would seem like eventually the dog's gonna die.
Well, right.
I mean, they
yeah.
can't live with, the same things that a cat can.
Well, that's exactly. And people, they're not, it's not just, oh, well, they're animals, they'll be fine. No, because again, the foods are specifically for certain animals. So,
Right.
I mean,
well, if your dog does get into cat food and you are concerned that maybe it was too much, or you're seeing some strange symptoms, vomiting, diarrhea, things along those lines, make sure to contact your vet if you have concerns, and especially if symptoms continue over like 24 hours, then I would definitely make sure to contact them. If you can't get the dog in, at least, run the scenario past them, see what they think.
yes.
And if there's something that you can do to remedy it.
Right. At least give them a call.
Yeah.
So
I did find a chart on PetMD.
Okay.
And it's, I believe it was put together by the Association of American Feed Control Officials, which is my AAFCO.
Yes.
That's what you look for on your dog food bags when you're trying to decide if it's nutritionally good for your dog.
They're the ones.
They are the ones. And it was really kind of nice because this little chart, I wish I could show you guys out there. It's like really,
it's nice,
handy. But it, just, a couple things. The protein level, dogs don't need as much protein. It says 18% for dogs and 26 for cats.
That was surprising to me.
Me too. I guess I thought dogs were a little bit more meat oriented in their diets, but I'm totally wrong.
Which I know not all cats are just lazy and lay around, but I think for the most part, dogs are more active.
Yeah.
So in my mind, that makes me think their bodies would need that, but I guess not.
And then for fat intake, dogs only need 5.5%, where cats need 9%. Yeah. And the amino acid taurine, yeah. Dogs need none of that, and cats do need some of that. A small amount.
That stuff's in energy drinks. My brother is outside doing some yard work while we're doing this, and the lawnmower just cut out suspiciously. So there may have been a dog toy out there.
Well, they didn't like that bone anyhow.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Also, like vitamin A, that is something that dogs need more of than cats.
Yes.
Calcium, they're kind of on par with the calcium. But, these are things that you can look up in Google and just see that it's really not, and when I say a good idea to feed them, cat food, I'm talking about like feeding it to them.
That's not their diet. Don't just set down a dish of cat food and say he'll be fine or whatever.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, that's not you discourage that because it's already tastier, which means it smells better, it tastes better. It doesn't matter if they like it better or not. It's gonna make them sick.
Well, it's you can't guarantee that a dog isn't going to get into other animals' food.
Right.
When I had baby chicks this spring.
Yes.
And Poppy was quick to come and help me with them. She loved the chicks.
Yes.
And she was constantly licking any of their feed off the floor.
Yeah.
Now, is chicken crumble, starter chick food good for my dog? I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
But man, try to keep her. I was like scolding her. I was like, get out of that. Go. Right. And she loved being in there with the baby chicks. So I was like trying to shoo her out of there, and she just really wanted to be around the chicks, but she would not quit licking the leftover foods off the floor, which yes, I would sweep it up, but the chicks would kick it with their feet and it would get up. It was awful. Did she eat that? Yes.
Yeah.
But that was not her diet. She was just getting into bits and pieces of it.
Well, exactly. Let me just say, Tito, well, I shouldn't admit this, but he has gotten into some chocolate previously. That is very bad for dogs and toxic. So I was very careful. I did know how much he had eaten. He got a Snickers, a little mini Snickers bar.
Not huge.
No, just a tiny little square. Still not great. Definitely wanted to make sure I'm keeping an eye on him. I'll tell you what, ever since then, that dog will not stay away from candy. Okay. It's like he realized what is in those little wrappers. He is going to find it. Now, they're tall. So if it's not in a cupboard, he's going to try and get it. Now, because he likes that, should I feed it to him? Absolutely not. Because he would prefer that over his dog food any day.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I had this was several years ago, I had a job and we were boarding a Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, yeah.
And this lady brought the dog food for the dog and everything, all the supplies we would need.
Yep.
And she brought boiled eggs and Snickers.
No freaking way.
The bite-sized Snickers. And every day for breakfast, he got a boiled egg and a little Snicker.
Do you guys that's deadly for a dog.
And the dog was a little bloated, but it was like 12. It was an old dog.
Oh my goodness.
And it was a little on the heavy side. And we didn't know what to make of it because it was a vet clinic I worked at. And
you can't give him chocolate at a vet.
It was his diet. It was what she did.
Oh, no way.
So we gave him his boiled egg and Snicker every morning because that's what she did. She was on vacation and we did it. That was what he ate. So really not a good idea to feed him that kind of thing. But animals do get into other animals' food. It happens. But what we're really saying is do not.
Yes.
Have that be the primary diet.
Exactly. Don't let it be intentional and be like, yep, this is yours. Have it.
So why do they do this? Why do dogs eat cat food?
Because it's delicious and smelly.
That's true. That is the right answer. It has, dogs love fat and meat.
Yep.
And cat food is strong smelling. It's a meat-based formula, and it is richer in fats.
Yep.
So, of course, the dogs are thinking, woo.
Yeah.
Give me some.
It's going to be obviously appealing to them.
Yeah. So, the reason for the battle is because your dog is a pig.
Which, if somebody gave me a salad or some fast food, probably going to take the fast food if I'm honest. It's kind of like the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You're such a health nut.
I am. That's a lie.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
A lie. I love junk food.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
If it's tasty and bad for you, I probably love it.
So, in a nutshell, here at Real Talk Dog Talk, we are going to say dogs should eat dog food.
Cats should eat cat food. Don't mix it.
No.
Don't because let me just say this. Once the dog gets taste of that tastier food, then you are going to have a problem. Okay?
Yeah. Well, we could go preventative with that.
Yeah.
Don't let them get a taste of it and they won't want it.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like with Tori, I never gave her junk food when she was little, but somebody gave it to her, and then what?
Now I can't get enough. I'm hooked.
She is.
I'm hooked. I do love vegetables, but I also fall asleep with candy bars. So
yeah,
it doesn't balance out. I want to say it's probably Grandpa that did it though.
Which one?
Well, both. Okay, because
Grandpa Humbert was all about the ice cream floats.
Ice cream floats and the chocolate peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
We could never go to the grocery store, and he would always walk around and act like, oh, I'm forgetting something. And then he'd walk past the peanuts, and we're like looking at him and the peanuts, and we're like, wait, what? And he's like looking around like, oh, geez. Oh. And then he was like, oh, I'm forgetting something. You know, of course, because grandpas are like that.
Yeah.
Grandpa Wendell just, any little girl with big eyes, he's just melts. So he'll give them whatever they want.
He was a sucker.
He was. So
Yeah.
either grandpa, you know, wonderful, but
Full of bad food.
yeah, delicious.
But you know, and if you do have any concerns with, you know, cat food that your dog may have consumed, or vice versa, cats with the dog food,
Right.
You know, make sure to consult your vet, or if you have someone in the area that is a dog handler, any professionals that might be able to give you some guidance on that. In this particular situation, I would always go for a vet myself. Right. Sometimes you can figure stuff out online and do some research, but never replace your veterinarian with Google.
Well, and your veterinarian's going to have a more specific answer than Google.
Oh, Google has many answers for one thing.
Yes. So, again, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com. Comment down below and hit that follow button.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you will be here for our next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.